Hello world, a very good, well for us it's still morning. I'm here together with Chris and we are ready for a Friday catch-up. Looking forward to spend some time with you again, of course, Chris.
Happy Friday.
Yeah,
happy Friday, everyone.
Hey, I'll start with congratulations because you again were mentioned in our keynote. Everybody, if you haven't seen SUSECON, we released last Wednesday the new SUSECON, and we have great keynotes there and all sorts of technical talks. But what I wanted to point out is that here, this Mister here was mentioned again in the keynote by Melissa. Can you tell me what Melissa said about the thing that you spent the most time on the last months?
Yeah, man. So thank you very much. Also, thank you very much, Melissa. I was really surprised. It was great to see, but I don't want to take all the fame for myself, but actually my team and what my teammate got mentioned. And since the beginning of this year, we have a developer community team, a really awesome, diverse bunch of people who are all into open source, all into technology, into SUSE. I'm an evangelist as part of this team, and what we created is the new community, so a whole new platform for SUSE, new forum, new homepage, lots of information, videos, cool tech stuff. And we also created the cloud application platform developer sandbox. So basically you can get a free account without any hassle, without setting up own hardware. Jump into one of our most modern products, which is the cloud application platform, and start testing, running, deploying, writing apps, doing cool developer tech stuff. So thanks a lot, Melissa. Thanks, Emiel. Thanks to my really great team, the developer community team. And that was awesome. But talking about it, it's SUSECON Digital for the first time in SUSE history that we have a completely digital convention, which is kind of awesome, which is cool. I mean, the background is still the same, it wasn't kind of freedom of choice that we had there, but I think in the shortage of time and just, we were all very surprised how the world just turned out to be in 2020. But it's great to see that we have an awesome platform with awesome talks, with good stuff. And just for me, in the shortage of time, what I took from it is actually kind of our new slogan, our new thing that we do, which is simplify, modernize, and accelerate, which for me is really great. Coming from the sales role I had at SUSE for the last 6 years, for me that ties everything together. We have simplify, which is we broke down complex open source projects and made them easy to use, easy to install, That's simplifying stuff. And also we have great management tools where you can manage kind of any kind of Linux distro from one console, just make stuff easy. Modernize is we have a second tier to our portfolio, which is containerization. Why always blow resources on a full-blown VM if there's just different ways that you can deploy software, databases, whatever you want to do in the meantime. And then we have accelerate, which is really 2020 SUSE stuff. And accelerate is cloud application platform and stuff like our sandbox that we're offering now, which is CI and CD, which basically leads to zero downtime, automated deployment, automated management. Everybody does what he does best, and the great system in the middle, pushes it out, gives you your app, gives you your functionality, and I think that's really great. So for me, the key takeaway is simplify, modernize, accelerate. What's yours, Emiel?
Well, too, when you talk about these three aspects, for me was great to hear that live patching was an invention made by SUSE, made by our great people. And live patching is now something which seamlessly fits into the modernize aspect, in my opinion. So you don't need to take your machine down, you can just patch everything you like and the machine keeps on running. Like in SUSECON, one of the physical SUSECONs, I believe 2018 or 17, we had a demonstration of live patching with beer pumps. So we were pouring beer. One side of the room in SUSECON was working on a machine with traditional patching. So we have to start patching now. So the beer pump stopped and there was no beer to the left side of the room. And the right side, they were running on a SUSE slash machine with live patching. So everybody could was able to keep on drinking, and I really like that example.
Beer as a service, man.
Beer as a service. Free as in free beer. What else do you want? So that's one takeout, and the other one is how big we are. Because like yesterday was a gathering, of course, a Corona-friendly, but a gathering with some neighbors here, and they asked me, of course, what do you do? So I showed the new house and the new office, and oh, beautiful. What do you do? What do you make your money with? So I explained them about SUSE, and they really like, why have I never heard of SUSE? And then I thought back in the element that Melissa talked about, how big we are. So I have this slide here in front of me, and it's I read out, but SUSE is in 9 out of 10 of the largest aerospace companies. Yeah. 9 out of 10. 7 out of 10 are the world's largest manufacturers. 8 out of 10, if you look at the global 50 largest companies in the Fortune Global, 8 out of 10 of those are using SUSE, are a customer of SUSE. 4 out of 10 from the largest banks use SUSE. 12 out of 15 of the largest tier automotive vendors, they run SUSE. And I know we are on NDA, so we cannot say which brands are running on SUSE, but the chance that somebody of us is driving in a car with actually depending its safety on SUSE technology is 12 out of 15. So for me that was like, wow, I'm really proud that in 28 years SUSE has become such an important player, and that in many of the things that we are doing, banking, if we make a bank transfer, if you're driving your car, if you use any, probably maybe this Dell laptop has got some SUSE technology in there. We don't know, because it's just they are our customers, and I'm really proud to be a very, very small part of that.
I mean, for me that just ties back actually to the great motto, slogan kind of, which was simplify, modernize, accelerate, because that does show our true and rich history that we have. Being so present in so many different industries and branches doesn't come from today to tomorrow, and people have seen our new leadership, they've seen our redesign, they've seen so much happening. But basically, what we did there is also, after 28 years, we sat down with ourselves and said, we need to simplify again. We need to, pack all this rich history into what we want to do and our goals for the coming years. We want to modernize, so we have a new design, we have new people, we have new teams, we have new greatness. And then we want to accelerate, because we're growing, we're expanding, we're making new products. It's just a great time to be at SUSE, and that for me is basically a really, really awesome baseline that I can see for SUSE and our SUSECON Digital. The time is now. It's a great time. Actually.
Yeah, that's right. And what I also thought, the biggest thing I missed in a digital SUSECON compared to the normal SUSECON is that you cannot see which kind of shoes our executives were wearing. So I asked Paul Devlin.
Where's your bling bling, man?
Because I asked Paul if he was Paul Devlin, our Chief Customer Officer, if I say it correct. Okay, that's a great talk you've done there. I'm really happy to see this guiding from you. But were you wearing green shoes? And he told me that to get into the right mood, he was wearing his green shoes. But we are not being childish, right?
Yeah.
We are just going to show them.
I knew it. Green to the bone.
Of
green
course.
to the bone, Emiel.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Awesome.
Hey. And the last thing I wanted to share with you this week in the Ketchup is a funny thing, with a serious undertone, of course, is at school, and probably many people all around the world had to learn the periodic table of elements.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I thought you were sending me homework when you sent me that. Man, no, not this again. Oh, I was getting all kinds of traumas from back in school, learning stuff. But yeah.
What is your takeout from it?
Oh man, it's really, really great. When you showed me the link, first I went on there and I really got a flashback. Oh man, is this school again? But the cool thing about this periodic table is it just shows the connection and how broad the whole IT industry is working together and intertwined, and how many different projects there are to create the wholesome solutions that, for example, we're making. And I just thought it was such a cool way of displaying stuff, because, you know, if you click on one of the little tiles, it will show you what is the project, is it open source, is it paid, is it enterprise. When you then click on it, you know, it opens a little page, shows you the correlating other projects, and anybody who's interested in a real life overview, what is industry software, what is open source software, and how does it all work together? I mean, that's your one-stop shop. That was a really, really awesome page. So kudos to the guys who made that.
Yeah.
Have you been learning a lot? Have you been learning it off by heart?
No.
Next week there'll be a pop quiz. I'll be asking you, man.
I only know the technologies that SUSE is using. I saw the most important elements, the projects that stood out for me were, of course, the ones that we are using at SUSE. So Helm, Kubernetes, Salt, those technologies. I really was interested in how were they in this in this table, and how do they refer to the other one. A good thing that I really liked about it, that all of them were obviously, but it's good to see that it's recognized as open source. While some of our competitors were seen as enterprise, and ours, of course, is open source enterprise. But the emphasis on open source is something that I really liked about it. So kudos to Xadia Labs, because they are the ones who created it. And for me, well, it was a bit like dramatic, the periodic table of elements. But well, it all turned out good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. That's, you know, for me, I just think it's great, because it also shows that we at SUSE are kind of the enabler, because it's great if you work somewhere, you know, you go to the periodic table, oh yeah, we're using this, we implemented it that way, oh yeah, we're part of this project too, there's where we're contributing upstream, and that just shows the beauty of open source, because you're not locked into one vendor portfolio, and you're not locked into one view of seeing things, but actually it's pretty open, and you can interconnect all the different parts to create the perfect IT for yourself. So yeah, in my opinion, that's really, really great. And that's why kind of, for me, what I'd like to tell everybody this week is SUSECON Digital is still open for registration. It's still free. We're going to be rolling out a lot of sessions until June, over July, and it will all be online, free of use, free to view until September. Yeah. And that's a great thing. And otherwise, you know, if you want to learn from the keynote here, then just go to developer.SUSE.com, register for our community, and get a free sandbox account and just try stuff out. So, you know, that's it. That's it for me this week. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and go to SUSECON.com to have something great to do for this nice weekend.
Hey, thanks a lot, Chris. Thanks for your time again. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see each other next week. Friday Ketchup. Bye-bye.
Take care.